Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's been a long time since I did a video. It's your boy Rashad, aka Shotty23, whatever you want to call me. But something new I wanted to share with you guys, just take you through a little story time real quick of my sneaker passion and to chronicle some of the events of my life that kind of shaped my sneaker journey. So here I am in Arizona. I'm new to this school, starting my 6th grade year. And I'll never forget it. It was like I was standing at the playground. I was standing at the playground at the basketball courts and walking towards the hallway. There was this cat, and he had on something on his feet, like these black shoes, and I thought they were the coolest thing ever. And I don't know what, I went crazy. I was just like, what are those? And they had a carpet. It looks like they had a carpet on the shoes. So again, this was 1993. Late 1993, this was happening, starting the fall of 93. So I just remember seeing them, and I thought those were the coolest things I'd ever seen in my life. And I remember going after school to go ask my mom for these shoes. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know how to explain them. All I remember is that they were a black shoe. They had a circle, and they had it looked like a carpet on the top of the shoe. That's exactly how I explained it to my mom. Needless to say, what I ended up getting instead, my mom did buy a pair of shoes. I was a good student, so I was rewarded for it, and thank you, Mom. I appreciate you, love you. But what she got me was a pair of Nike Flights. I can't remember the name. I feel like I want to say Flight Maestros, but I can't remember. I just know that Scottie Pippen wore them, and same color. It was the same black shoe. The Flight, the F Flight, if you guys remember the old F Flight logo, had that same color. It was like a teal, and it had some red in it. And I was like, you know what, this will work. It was the color that draw me to the shoe, so I'm there. Fast forward, the day after I get the shoe, excited to wear them to school. I'm going to school, feeling good about myself. I'm like, hey, I got these shoes that look like these Jordans, but they're not Jordans. And I can't remember who I was showing them off to, but I was showing them. And I remember having my foot out, and this girl, she looked at my shoes, and she pushed me. She's like, get out of here with those fake ass Jordans. And that's what she said to me. Wow, my mom just spent all this money on these shoes. They look cool to me, but I got played. And that would be the equivalent today of somebody walking into the scene with a pair of some Skechers or some off-brand sneakers that look like a Jordan or a Yeezy or something like that. That's how it was going. They were official. They were Nikes. They were Flights, but they weren't Jordans. They weren't popping. They weren't it. And that was my first taste of okay, you got to be real about your sneaker game or know what you're doing. So 6th grade, I'm 11 years old. You know what I mean? I don't have the means to purchase shoes. I don't have, funds. My parents weren't rich. My father was in the military, fresh out of the military. And I think, he was transitioning work. So, money was tight in the house. My mom was working jobs on base, and, we weren't really bringing in major money or anything like that. So, but I still would ask my mom, we had it, you know what I mean? Like the money was there. And, knowing what I know now, back then, I totally would have changed that. I would have been happy with my Flights. I would have worn with my head up and, push back somebody who would try to front on my shoes. So yeah, that's the first time I fell in love with a sneaker. The Jordan 8, the Aqua 8, and the Fugazi 8s my mom bought me. Love you, Mom. I know your intent was well. I wasn't harmed. Just a bruised ego is all. But I recovered. I came back from that. I bounced back. It's all good. But until the next time, you guys stay tuned for the next installment of Chasing Grails, my sneaker journey. And I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.